welcome to the TMZ podcast. I'm Charlie Neff.
And I'm Scarlett Sanchez.
Scarlett
Hello.
on the TMZ podcast.
We've never done a podcast together, Charlie.
I know. So if you guys don't know who Scarlett is, she co-hosts the Swift Tea podcast. Mm-hmm. So if you love all things Taylor Swift, go and check it out with Scarlett and Melanie. And then Scarlett also works on our research department. She's basically like an investigative, like reporter in a sense. Like
that's true. Thank you.
Finding all the info online. But yeah, you guys, we are live right now. And just a reminder, if there's any comment you want to leave us, leave it, because at the very end of this, we're going to get to the comments. We're going to read them. Whether it's a comment you have about one of the stories we're going to be talking about today, or a general comment about us. Comments, questions, concerns, drop it for us and we'll get there.
We'll read them.
Yes. Okay, we're going to be starting out with Kanye West. He had an unhinged deposition and a tech lawsuit, and we got that clip for you. We'll be playing that. And then also Cardi B had a fiery showdown with a fan on camera, and it is scorching. And lastly, we'll talk about Mariah Carey. She gave Rihanna a gift at Mariah's show, and we'll tell you what that gift was. But starting out with Kanye West. So Kanye has been accused of stealing technology to advance his Yeezy brand and launch his Sunday service. So he was taken to court. He had a deposition, and there's footage which shows him in a bit of a standoff with an attorney. We actually have the clip. Here it is.
What it should be?
I'm not going to advise you as to the law. That's why your lawyers are here. But that is my ground rule for the deposition, consistent with California law, that you need to be present, focused on the examination and not on a device.
Due to my mental geniusness, in order to focus on this bullshit, I need to be on a phone.
Counsel, do you want to speak to your client before we continue?
I think, well...
Yeah. And you guys, this went on for quite some time. Like at one point, Kanye said, you don't have the right to see my face. He also said at one point, are you stupid? You're talking to the richest Black person in the history of America. Like it just got real uncomfortable. And by the way, this is all part of a new documentary that's going to be on A&E called Interrogation Raw, which premieres on December 26th. But yeah, oh my gosh.
This is an exclusive clip that we got from him. And in the beginning, he's wearing the hat and then obviously distracted by his phone. And then after that, the reason he says, you don't have the right to see my face, he ends up taking off the hat and putting on a ski mask. So that's why the lawyer was asking, do you want to talk to your client here?
Yeah. But imagine if you're Kanye West's lawyer, like, what are you going to say to him to get him
I feel like
control?
He knows not to tell him to take off the ski mask, too.
Yeah, so awkward. But I feel like if you have to say you're like a genius, it doesn't really mean you're a genius.
I feel like that's usually his go-to for any sort of situation he's trying to avoid. Well, I'm a genius. This doesn't apply to me.
And even like kind of demanding respect because you're rich too, being like, I'm the richest person. Like I know so many rich people that are not smart. So it's like doesn't really mean anything either.
Yeah.
And also like, so are you saying like poor people shouldn't be heard? Poor people shouldn't be respected? Like I feel like there's so many layers. Look, this is not the first time Kanye West is gonna be problematic, right? But I just can't imagine like how all those attorneys are feeling. Like, we're trying to get through this, we're trying to be professional, and it's Kanye West.
I feel like this deposition probably lasted a very long time.
Yeah.
And this was back in 2020 also.
Yeah.
They ended up settling all of this. So I think they ended up getting him to have some sort of answers, but he settled with the company. So.
Yeah. Oh boy. Moving on to Cardi B. She had a fiery showdown with a fan on camera. This is such like fun footage. You guys know Cardi B. Like she's never gonna take anything from anyone. If you're gonna give it to Cardi, you're gonna expect it back. So we got some video of her out and about. She's happily posing with a fan from her SUV outside Miami's Booby Trap on the river. It's a strip club on the early hours of Saturday. And here's what happened.
Cardi, I'm gonna show you how much I hate you.
I love you, Cardi.
It's a video. Say something.
It's a video.
Yeah, how much you who? You better say something.
Come on,
know what you said?
Hey, my
How much you what? How much you what? Oh shit! How much you what? How much you what? How much you what?
I'm sorry. Watch out, homie. Watch out. Let me close the door.
No, yo, get me. Marquita's over there. Get my friend.
I don't know her. Let me get my shit though. I love you, Cardi.
Okay, so if you can't hear what triggered all this, so when she was taking the photo, apparently someone in the background said, "I'm gonna show you how much I hate you," and that like set her off. I feel like Cardi, she's not gonna like put up with stuff like this, so she's always gonna like get the last word in there.
And I didn't hear it at first either,
Yeah.
but then obviously Cardi heard that right away and questioned the person too, like, what did you say?
Right,
What did you
right.
say? And I think also with the situation, Cardi was taking pictures with fans. She didn't have to stop and like
Totally.
open the
Like, it's
door
nice
and fully
for her.
engage with the fans and everything there. And then you can hear the person at the very end of the video be like, I love you, Cardi.
Yeah, like changing their tune. Never mind.
Just kidding.
But I mean, I guess it's kind of like cool in a way to be like, oh, I got into it with Cardi B. You know what I mean?
No, but I hate that so much because I feel like fans are trying to provoke these
Totally.
artists. Like we see it whenever they throw things on stage. Billie Eilish just had that happen to her and multiple other artists.
Yeah.
So I just feel like let's appreciate whenever our idols or whatever you want to call them, the celebrities
Yeah.
are, taking the time to say hello.
Yeah, but she's also like gonna expose anybody, like at any time, like no holding back. Like I remember there was one time I had to reach out to her regarding a story.
Okay.
Actually, I think it was to her team about a story, and they were saying it wasn't true. I forget what the story was, but Cardi ended up posting my texts on her social media.
Oh my
And it didn't say my last name, it just said Charlie.
Okay.
So like articles like were picking it up and stuff, and they'd be like, "Oh, the reporter, he said," like they didn't know it was a girl.
Okay.
But
Did they ever piece it together?
People
That was
figured
you?
it out,
Okay.
and I started getting like all these messages, like "Leave Cardi alone" and all this, and I'm just like, "Oh my god!" But I couldn't believe she posted me. But at the same time, I was like, "All right,
It makes
that's kinda
sense.
cool."
Yeah, it is cool. It is
And
cool.
as it's our job, like we have to reach out before we do stories.
It's not like
and-
you're telling her that you hate her or throwing
Right.
something at her. 'Cause
exactly.
remember also when she was performing, I think it was in Vegas,
Yeah.
and somebody threw something at her, and didn't she throw a mic back?
Yes, that
Okay.
was that was a little like dicey.
That was insane. Yeah.
I don't know if you saw, like Cardi was going on like a
Yeah.
Twitter rant last
Mhm.
night. I guess she said somebody had done a story. She was on live and she was talking about guys don't like to date girls that are
attractive.
10 out of 10.
Okay.
And she had commented and she said, "This is not what the live was about. This was about how men are intimidated of women that make their own money because they're not as easy to control, and how a man told me he'd rather date a 6 and not 10s. Y'all want to make me you want to make it about me so people can bully me." But she did say, like, "I am a pretty face, pretty frame, little feet," which I think is hilarious. "Smell good, never got odor, even when it's that time of month. Got that grippy." I don't know what that means, but I want to get that grippy too. "Street smart, a hustler, rich AF, a God-fearing woman. Baby, I can upgrade a man life and buy yours. A perfect 10.
There you go. Enough said. I feel like I love everything Cardi has to say.
I absolutely love that. But I do feel like there is something to, like, she's always speaking the truth, right? Like, if you can't understand what she's saying, like, if you just look at the actual message, it is true.
It
Like,
is true.
guys are so fearful of dating women that are like, appear to be above them. Like, they'd rather just go for like the low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
And it's just, you guys get it together.
Come
Get it together.
on.
Okay, and then moving on to our last story, Mariah Carey had a concert and Rihanna was there. And tell us what happens, Carla.
Yeah, there's video. It's her Christmas tour that she's doing at Barclays Center in New York. And Rihanna and A$AP Rocky were in the crowd.
Oh.
They're singing along and everything. Then at one point, Mariah comes up and she was like, "Where's a Sharpie? I need a sign."
Uh-oh.
And ends up signing Rihanna's breasts.
Woo!
Yeah,
We actually have the video. We'll play it for you guys.
Who got the Sharpie? We have
Mariah. I got
Who has the Sharpie? Who has the shades? Mariah?
Yeah, you can have them. I'm Mariah.
For free. Are you filming me on my bad side? No. The good side? Which is your good side? I think this is
I'll send it to Michael for approval.
sign my tape because my man made me come get it.
That's me.
I need to make it work. What do you want me to write? Mariah. Okay. The
fuck you think? Whatever you want. Wow, this is iconic. Mariah Carey is signing my tit, y'all.
I feel like Rihanna is so blessed. Like, she has so much room for Mariah to sign. Like, if it were me, she'd be like, baby, where am I signing? Yeah, just on my skin. There's really
just get my arm at that point.
Yeah, right.
But she's right. These are like two icons.
Yeah.
Just together. I always wonder, it's like, do they get nervous whenever all these big stars, I know Mariah Carey, there's no way, but whenever all these stars are coming to see you perform too, I feel like it was just an exciting moment for the both of them.
Totally. I wonder if, like, because, you know, Mariah was around before Rihanna.
Yeah.
So I bet, like, even though we view them as two, like, A-list singers, like, I wonder if, like, Rihanna still gets maybe nervous seeing Mariah.
Right.
Because, you know, that's someone you grew up with. Like, I always think it's so funny, like, the celebrity within the celebrity, like, that dynamic. Because for us, like, we're all regular Joes. You know, we're going to be starstruck about anybody. But for, like, a celebrity to be like, I'm not a celebrity, I'm actually a fan, is kind of crazy.
And I think it's changing a little bit too now, because now everybody's collabing with people. Like, I thought Sabrina Carpenter might be nervous in front of Christina Aguilera. And then she ends up bringing her on stage and doing this insane collab together. So.
I'm sure she is probably a little nervous around. Because Christina, like, her vocals, like, she is
belt.
Good Lord, she's an icon. So Mariah Carey, I went to one of her parties at her house. It was like a Halloween party one year. And like I said, it was at her house, but she didn't come out like into the backyard where the party was for like 2 hours. She was late at her own party at her own house.
Of course.
And when she did come out, like I mentioned, it was a Halloween party. She wanted like a big reveal of her costume. So she had her bodyguards open up these French doors that like come out like this to the backyard. So the bodyguards, you know, have their little gloves on and they open up the French doors. And Mariah comes out into the backyard, which by the way was like very small, maybe like 50 people. There was like neighbors and
you
kids
still need
there.
the entrance.
Still needed the
Still
moment.
need
She comes out waving. She was dressed as like a devil with like latex, like sexy devil, like latex and everything, but coming out waving to the 50 people, neighbors that were there. But yeah.
Was there music playing? Did she go into song?
Her music.
Okay.
By the way.
I had a weird feeling.
I
had a weird feeling.
No complaints from me. Like, love a good Mariah soundtrack, but
I would be playing my own music too.
Right? I mean, yeah.
It was like Sabrina Carpenter got mad that she was on her own Spotify Wrapped, and it's like, okay, it makes a little bit of sense.
Totally. Like, if you're gonna sing your songs, like, you might as well like them.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I think so.
Anyways, all right, guys, time for your comments. I'm so ready for this. Scarlett, do you want to read the Kanye West comments?
For Kanye, this is from Sun Dreamer. Between him and Kim, Kanye, just think how messed up their kids are going to be as adults.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be hard to have them as parents.
They're just constantly in the limelight already. So
Yeah,
I would hope that at least, like, as their parents, they're kind of prepping them and they've already had those kind of conversations. I mean, it's pretty obvious you guys are extremely famous family. So making sure they have, like, any resources they might need.
Yep.
And then Dark Corner also said the Tesla reboot will raise the Tesla robot will raise the kids. They'll be
It is funny that those robots, they say they can like babysit, they can bring you drinks. Like, it is a little weird.
It's a little scary, no?
I feel like we're gonna start seeing people like with their robot like sidekick following them everywhere. Like, you know, Stanley, like, please get my bags from Chanel. Or, you know, it's just gonna be like they're gonna be with you, like a personal assistant. Instead of having your iPhone, you're gonna have a robot.
I think you're right.
It's scary. For the Cardi B story, Eminem said people just want a viral video. Yeah, I do think there's some of that where people are like filming and they're like, oh, let me get a reaction, kind of be like semi-famous for 10 seconds.
Which, that usually goes away pretty quickly.
Yeah, totally. Stellar said, what does grippy mean? I don't know. Wild, can you explain grippy?
Oh, a good vagina.
Grippy vagina.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I get it.
I
get
it.
it.
All right. Well.
Very grippy.
Okay. I was thinking like, I don't know, Play-Doh or something. I don't know. I guess in a way it is kind of. For the Rihanna Mariah Carey moment, Tinfoil Hat, wow, what a name, said, was it me or was that the slowest signature ever? Laugh out loud. I think she was like taking time to make it like beautiful. You don't want to just like put a blob on there.
No, and also like sticking around Rihanna's boob for a little bit.
Right. A couple miscellaneous comments. Heather D said, "Hope you're feeling better today, Charlie." Oh, thank you. We missed you yesterday and needed your opinion on JT's harness incident.
Oh.
That was underwhelming.
What did you think? Yes, okay.
But I also am not like a JT fan. Like I'm very much like a Britney fan. So I am coming from a place
Britney
of
stan.
bias. Yeah, biasness. But Eminem said, "Scarlett has a great laugh."
Thank
Oh,
you.
cute.
I got best laugh in high school.
Shut up. That was a thing? Best laugh?
I did. Just gonna.
No way. It's so funny. My
Thank you.
you do have the best laugh. You do. My best friend in high school, she got most changed. And my husband in high school, we all went to the same high school. He also, his senior year, got most changed. I'm like, I feel like the change was me.
Oh,
like I changed.
You bring the good.
Yeah, right. I didn't get voted for anything.
What?
I mean, I was on like prom corp, but nothing like, oh, best laugh. Nothing like that. I don't think anyone likes my voice, so I would not be on that list. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. And thank you, Scarlett.
Thanks, Charlie.
So much
Thanks
fun
for having
you
me.
on. We'll catch you next time. Bye.